Music has benefits, I'm not your ordinary cheat. I've got a lot of love to share with little short and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know, am I kind of beautiful? Sexy girl, don't you be ashamed. Plus size is so wonderful. Music has benefits, I'm not your ordinary cheat. I've got a lot of love to share with little short and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know, am I kind of beautiful? Sexy girl, don't you be ashamed.
Hey everybody, welcome to Jamila J Girl Talk. Be your own kind of beautiful. Hey Chuck.
Hey, what's going on, Jamila? Hey, I'm excited to see what's going on. You know how it is. I'm always excited to see what's going on every Sunday because you always got something great for us. So
always. Oh, I forgot to say welcome to Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business.
Yes.
Hey. we have a very special guest. I'm gonna call her Genine Alexander, but I think everybody call her Genine.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody call me Genine.
And so Genine Alexander, she is a podcast host. It's the GVIBEZ Entertainment, and she's in Cali. She's right down the street. It'll probably take me like 3 hours to get there with traffic, but we're in the same state. So welcome to our show. It's going to be a fun show. I feel it. She's going to talk about her podcast and her 100th show that's coming up. Wow. We also going to talk about some serious things, and you know how I am about toxic relationships and mental health issues. So we're going to touch on all of that today, but we're still going to have some fun. So welcome to the show.
Hi.
Genine, how you doing?
Fine. Thank you. You guys are beautiful.
Thank you.
So are you. Thank you for, spending this time with us. Mm-hmm. And I always start off, where were you born and where do you live now?
I was born in Los Angeles, California. I'm from South Central. Lived in Inglewood half of my life. I'm in Inglewood. I don't know nowhere besides Inglewood, unfortunately. But Cali is where I stay.
Cali? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How far are you from West 68th Street? In Vermont.
Oh yeah.
Swanson.
I'm about to say what side? Okay, so I'm like 15 minutes away from there. With LA traffic.
Yeah, LA traffic. Yeah, that's where my auntie. I always went there in the summers and just visited her, and my cousin is still there today. So yeah, West 68th Street. That's South Central.
Well, y'all talking foreign to me. I'm all the way on the East Coast, so south to the west.
You know South Central. Everybody knows.
Everybody.
Crenshaw.
Right.
Lawson. Wait a minute. What is that? Where the everybody go to eat. The Waffle
House.
Waffles.
No, everybody go eat Roscoe's.
Yeah.
You know Roscoe's, Chuck?
Nah.
When you come out here, we gonna
and don't go to no other one but Pico.
Yes, that's South Central. Yeah.
Like I said, y'all got me, so y'all have to show me where to go because
we'll show you where to go. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Yeah. So anyway, tell us a little bit about your podcast and how you got started, and your 100th show.
Oh, my 100th show! Oh, Jesus, you guys,
awesome.
It's been a blessing. I have to say that. I got started. I went to someone's actual podcast and I was a guest on the show as like they wanted me to be a woman basher and a man basher, like one of those men versus women episodes. But I was just real about what topic it was. I can't remember exactly what topic. And then after they said, you will be good doing a podcast. And I was like, no, I don't want to talk in front of people. No, I'm not shy. It's just that, when you start speaking, people got their opinions, and I'm kind of weary on the opinion life. I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want nobody being mean. But anyway, he talked me into it, and he introduced me to Kevin Nash. And he
tell him who Kevin Nash is. I remember him from San Francisco.
Yeah, Kevin Nash. He's on 102.3 KJLH. He's a radio host on that station.
Okay. So Stevie Wonder station.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder station.
Awesome.
Yeah. So he has his own studio. He has his own company called AcceleratedRadio.net, and he brings on a lot of people that just getting started, don't know where to start, and he is the machine behind your podcast. So he guides you, he mentors you to be like who I am today, like more outgoing into the podcast world, like kind of a direction of my niche of what I'm talking about. He asked me what I wanted, how I wanted to do the show. I gave him my niche on, I wanted to talk about men versus women. And he said, go along with it and just flow. And he gave me the opportunity 6 o'clock on Mondays, every Monday, 6 to 7 p.m. So
awesome. So is this every topic is man versus woman, or what type of topics do you cover?
Okay, so I cover men versus women topics, but I also cover entrepreneur topics, Black-owned businesses, because like right now we're booming in Black-owned businesses, but people don't know where to start, where to begin. They don't know that how to get the funding. So I bring on entrepreneurs, Black-owned entrepreneurs. It could be anybody, any culture, but the reason why I represent the Black culture so much in entrepreneurship is because we don't see it as much, and when we see it, we don't. It's like it's not talked about on how to do it, where to begin, how did you get started. So I wanted to bring those people on to show you that you don't need $1 million to get started a business. Just need an idea, and you need a plan, and you need to execute it. And so I'll bring people on to tell you X, Y, and Z. And then I'll bring people on not only about that, just entrepreneurs, men versus women topics, and mental health.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Yeah.
I talk a lot about mental health. I had a couple of people on there about mental health that went through depression, postpartum. I went through a stage of mental health before, so I was able to, transpire like my experiences with people. So that's what my show is mainly about. It's about everything, but those are my 3 niches. Like,
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
When did you start your podcast? What year was that?
I started 2019, September 16, 2019, and I was so afraid.
Why? Why?
Because I am outgoing, but now you're talking to thousands of people and you don't know who's listening to you. And I'm so scared for people to be offended by some things you would say that, because sometimes we as podcasters, we'll say something that people will be offended by, but it's by your experience. Like, that's why I don't get mad at how people think no more, because once I got into this game, I realized that people have experienced different things. So you can't get mad at how people treat you, how people do things, because this is how they were taught, or this is how they learned how to be,
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And, normally the people that always come on here and they say, I'm scared, I'm nervous, but those are the ones that usually take over the interview. And it's always like that. Yo, that's I don't know. I'm being honest. No, it's a great thing. I'm not saying it in a negative way. What I'm saying, they say, well, when I get on here, I'm not going to really say too much. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. But then when they get on here, it's like the conversation just
flows.
Just goes. Yeah, and and they're naturals at it. But I think a lot of us don't really know what we're good at, because we're so good. We're good at it, but we don't know. And when people tell you, "Oh, you're good at this and good at this," you're like, "Huh? Are you serious?" I mean, I don't like this and I don't like that, but it's crazy because what you may think you're not good at, people look at you in a different light. So it's weird. I hate hearing my voice. You know what I mean?
Me too. Me too. Yeah, me too.
I think I sound ghetto, so people be like,
"Nah, you don't sound ghetto." Now, if you don't hear going, whatever, but you sound great. You sound
You
great.
do.
You sound, put it like, you sound natural. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
again, when you use your personality, you bring your personality out. This is who you are, because you don't want to sound like the next man or the next woman that has a podcast. You want to have your own unique style, and I think everybody does. It's just that's who you are. So if they hear your work, they know oh, that's Genine. Wait a minute, let me get it right. G9. You know what I'm saying? When they hear Jamila, they know it's Jamila. So again, it is what it is. So
that's cool. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Jamila.
No, I think the beauty of what you do and what we do is we give the voiceless a voice.
Yes.
And when they sit down and they're able to just speak their truth, it's just nothing can stop it. I'm shy, or I don't know what to say, but it just comes out. And like Chuck said, it is very, very real and authentic, and that's what we want at the end of the day.
Yes.
And sometimes we may offend people, but it's not out of intent, it's out of love, and it's our truth. My truth may be different than your truth, and my reality may be different than your reality. But I think that's the beauty of what we do. We give the voiceless a voice.
Now, I do believe this, though. When you do represent whatever you're trying to represent, you make sure you represent it the right way. Now, I don't mean get on here and act reckless with your voice and reckless with a whole bunch of profanity, because a lot of times people, when they talk like that, it turns that person off. You never know, that person may be into the interview, and once they hear that, it's like, oh, I'm getting off. You know what I mean? Because so you have to know, like, even though it's like you said, Jamila, the voice of the voiceless, but when you get there, make sure that you come correct and not with a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, because like expectations of certain cultures are, this is what they do. So you try to change the narrative of the culture and try to change the narrative of what's going on, because like I said, you have to reach, you may have to reach outside. What happens when all your resources inside run out? Then what you going to do? So you have to present yourself in a proper manner in order to get the help or reach the masses that you're trying to reach. So
yeah, I agree with you, because you got to appeal to the audience that's listening to you. Right. Sometimes I try to appeal to everyone, but I know I'm 35. I may not appeal to someone that's 55, 60. Right. That may not be my voice for them. But when they tune in, I want them to actually learn something from the episode. Every episode is a lesson to me, or experience that maybe they can learn from. Like, oh, she went through that, I went through that too, but I did it this way, and maybe I should learn and do it that way. Maybe it'd be better for me. You get what I'm saying? Like, right. Or even men versus women. A lot of men get mad when we talk about, because a lot of men, from my experience now, they say they don't get heard. That's what I've learned in these men versus women conversations. When men get on my show, they say they don't get heard by their women. Their actual relationship, the ones they're in, or just women in general, we shine them off. So my show, I feel like I give them an opportunity to, sometimes I just have a man show, and I want them to just speak how they feel. I give them topics that I want you to know from your perspective, not your woman, your perspective on how you feel about it, so that I can show you that this is why this woman is thinking like that. Maybe you're doing it this way. Maybe you're doing it that way. This, the conversation, the dialogue has to change. I hate for our men, our culture, to feel like they're not heard, because women feel like they are not heard. So we kind of fighting the same battle.
Right.
You know what? I felt that way because during June I tried to bring on as many men as I could, just to give them like love and appreciation and let them know that, we got them, we're going through the same battles, we're not in conflict, but we're one, one. And I wanted to show them appreciation and just let them know that, hey, somebody's thinking about you,
Yes.
and that's what I tried to do for Father's Day, June, Father's Day month. And I think we did a pretty successful job. And from now on, I think I'm going to integrate more men, Chuck, not just in June, but just, more men. They have a voice and they have something to say, and I think it's important too. It's like Jamila J. Girl Talk. Yeah, we girl talking, but Chuck has been here from day one. But I want to give more men a voice too, and I totally understand what you're saying, because they don't feel like they've not been heard, or the world is always beating them down. So we just want to show appreciation also.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you look at Father's Day and Mother's Day. I'm joking right now, but
we already know where you're going.
Y'all get a break.
Where's the violin?
Socks in the car. Here you go. Let me stop. This joke.
A lot of men came out, and I had a Father's Day special, and he said, if his son didn't text him, call him, or give him anything, he would have been hurt. I thought men don't take that like Father's Day that serious. Like I was the person that I brought my dad a card every year because I felt like I was supposed to, and I bought him his best. He only likes Sizzler, so that's the meal I brought him every year. But this year he was like, "Where's my real gift?" I'm like,
"What?
Card in Sizzler, a gift card." He like, "No, I want a real gift, Genine Alexander. I didn't bring you in this world to just bring me Sizzlers every So I gotta get him something next year, y'all. Now I don't know.
Yes.
They care about everything.
I don't take it serious like that. Like holidays don't bother me at all. So if you don't call me for Father's, it's cool too. But I'll make sure I call my fathers and make sure I call my father and let him know, a happy Father's Day. But at the end of the day, to me, if my sons don't call me, I don't take it personal. And then I call my sons, my brothers, and let them know happy Father's Day, just because, but me personally, I don't take it that seriously. So if I don't get a call, I don't.
You're not mad?
Nah, I don't even really worry about Father's Day for real. To be honest. Yeah. That's just me. Some guys would, like I said, some guys would get offended by that. Because I had a buddy of mine, and his daughter, he had a problem with his daughter. She didn't call him, and he felt some type of way about it. I was like, hey, to each his own. But to me, it don't really bother me. So.
Okay.
That's just me.
Very interesting. So, Genine, tell us about some of your trials and tribulations of, doing the podcast.
One thing I can say is it's not as easy as people think it is. Like, I did have the machine behind me, but promoting and getting people to listen and getting people to understand who you are. It's like, I want it to be natural. Like, this is who I am and stuff like that. And then sometimes people come in my DMs and like, I didn't like your episode because you didn't say this and you should have said that and you didn't get on this. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with criticism. Yeah. So criticism was the biggest thing for me. Even my friends will be like, oh, you're talking over people. You got to stop. I'm like, oh. Okay, so I learned to like listen for a long time, and then I'm like, okay, now can I step in? You know what I'm saying? That was my trial. The tribulation is the criticism the most. The good thing about it though is people respect you. Mm-hmm. I'm here now with you guys. Like, I respect what you're doing, not only because I'm doing it, is because you gave me opportunity to speak my voice, and people love that. So I love the respect you get in this industry as a podcaster, because we're not all on mainstream radio, but people love what you do. And I love that people take the people like me that's, trying and just starting to, get your voice heard. So that's my trials and tribulations the most. It's the criticism.
Yeah, and you got to be careful. Like some of the networks you share on, like certain things, you'll get like crazy people in your, to say certain comments on your feed that you have to watch too. I notice when I share in like foreign, I guess you could call it foreign, like certain platforms, you have to watch out because there's all kinds of people out there that may say certain things. So some of the comments I can't read off because it's really bad. So I have to block them and take them out of there. Not all the time. We had a few in the very beginning we had a few. So as far as now it's pretty cool. I don't have to really look and see what was bad and what was not, because a lot of times it's the people that normally follow you anyway. So it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, you definitely got to watch that. Yeah.
And to get people to share, like your friends and family, I did stop, depending on their support.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they do support me, but they got stuff going on too. So I can't get always mad that, oh, you didn't share this, oh, you didn't do this, oh, you didn't do that, because I have friends that watch the show that don't know me like that support me way more. So it's like weird. So I had to get used to that too. So
that's one thing your family won't. I mean, they just know you as Genine Alexander. They don't know you as G9. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she just doing that podcast thing. She be all right. I ain't worried about her.
Right.
And I think that's what it is. Like a lot of times, you're not going to get the family support like that. Certain things anyway.
It's true.
And I look, same here. Like I have family that do support, and a lot of family, that just, oh, that's Chuck there. Or they'll say, what gets me too is you'll hear people come and say, hey, I seen the podcast, it was decent. Like, why didn't you say so? Let me know something.
Right.
Decent, say what's up, or
say something in my comment section. Yeah, let me know
there, or share.
Exactly. Or share.
Sharing is caring.
My biggest support is my dad, and we didn't have the best relationship growing up. So and I think part of the reason is because I was dealing with an abusive person before.
Wow.
So I kind of distanced myself from my dad because I was scared that my dad was gonna hurt him. And it was just a lot. So now my dad, I think, see that I have grown so much. We have a better relationship. And he's always sharing. And I'm like, my dad is sharing. Where my mama at? My mama at bingo. But she like, I see you, girl. I ain't gotta be there every day. I'm here for you. That's how my mom is. So, and my sisters are just like that. They're like, just call us when you need us. We don't gotta share and stuff. So
yeah, you get that, So I know, like I said, I've been dealing with it for forever, but again, on certain things that I do, I get a lot of support from family, and certain things I do, I don't. So it's to be expected. So I'm not, I don't take it to heart. So
what do you do with it? What do you do? Do you just, get mad, or you don't get bothered at all?
No, I don't get bothered at all. No. I can't. You'll kill yourself if you worry about that.
Yeah.
I don't really care about who watches and who doesn't. I love everybody that supports. But at the end of the day, you have people that are genuine, you have people that are not. So you got to just, make sure that I don't take things to heart. I'm older, so me personally, as you get older, like a lot of stuff just fly over your shoulders because you done dealt with it all, certain things all your life. So it's like it doesn't bother you too much anymore, like it used to. You know what I mean? So I think it comes with age when you get to that point.
So I got to get a little older.
I guess. I don't know.
A little older, a little while.
A little bit older.
A little bit.
Some people, they have to have that. You know what I mean? Not all people, but me personally, I know I was never an attention. I can't say attention, but I didn't really care about what people thought about me. Even coming up, I really didn't care. So it bothered me a little bit more than it did, like certain things, but not as much as that. Not now. Nothing really bothers me too much no more.
I have a family group chat, and I text the whole family in the group chat. I said all their names. I said, you guys better be at my 100 episode live, and I don't care what you got going on. Whatever you got going on, you're not doing that day. You got 30 days to figure. You got more than 30 days to get that day off of work. Everyone come to the 100 episode.
Oh,
everybody.
When is that anyway? When is that?
Yeah,
that is September 11th.
September 11th.
9/11.
9/11. Now I was scared to do that date, because of what it represents. But I realized that it's something that we've been through, we experienced, and we're gonna always remember that day.
Yeah,
Always. I remember it like it was yesterday. So I felt comfortable to have it live. It's gonna be live downtown LA. I rented out a building. I have a DJ coming, and we're gonna just do a live episode. So I picked like 6 people, 3 men on one side, 3 women on the other side for 2 segments. And we're gonna bring up a topic, and then we're gonna talk about it. And it's gonna be past guests there. It's free food, free bar, free drinks. It's just something that I said I want to have a live show a lot more, and I want people to see what it could be like. And it's a 106 in Park theme. I want to show people that you can have live episodes and people come and enjoy this stuff live. Like it don't have to be in the studio. It don't have to be like, it could be up close and personal, and we enjoy ourselves with music and topics and going back and forth and getting people's perspective. And that's what it's going to be like.
Yeah, because that's how Feel Good Talk. We started off as a going to different businesses doing live shows.
Oh,
but when COVID hit, then I stopped because, of course, we couldn't do anything because we couldn't go anywhere. So, but in the process of all this, I met great people. I met Jamila. I met like everybody that's on Feel Good Talk through the pandemic, and that was because of the video chatting that we had. Some people I knew personally, but then some people I didn't know. So it all worked out. So I love the live shows because I just love people in general. So we'll be going back to that with certain things, but not all the time like we started out, because I think this is even better because you can actually get people together without having to be at a certain place at a certain time. So it actually works out. It's more convenient. But I'm going to get back to the live shows again because we do a lot of pop-up shops. We do a lot of all kinds of stuff. So
that's dope. I love it.
Yeah.
And you guys got to come if you can make it. I know you in the East Coast, but I could probably get my uncle to get you out here if you need him to. Because he's
out there. It's not a problem.
He's in New York.
I can get out there. It's not a problem because I can set up anywhere. I could just bring my my banner and we can go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 9/11. You can't forget the date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't forget the date.
I think I got something on that day, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta look. That's a Saturday, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's a Saturday. Yeah. I think I have something on that day. I gotta look.
Well, look at your calendar and write me down because I'm telling you now. This is July.
I don't want you to get mad at me. You right.
I ain't gonna get mad. I'll just wait.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna look at my calendar and I'm gonna try to be there.
Please.
Yeah, I would love to.
Jamila right up the street. She can get there.
Yeah, I'll represent Feel Good Talk.
Right. There you go.
I love it.
Yeah. So, Genine, you talked a little bit about toxic relationships and abuse and mental health issues. I want to get into that. Where do we start?
I start with I'm gonna actually start and then okay. So I went to a therapist after, Black people always think therapy don't work.
Yep, they think you crazy if you use it.
You go.
That's another.
It's not true. Like sometimes you need to hear the things that people are not going to tell you.
Right.
So one day I went to therapy. I got in a new healthy relationship. Well, we ain't gonna get on that. But I got into a new healthy relationship and I realized I wasn't healthy because I was doing certain things from my past that was making him concerned, like yelling or saying, like being aggressive. And he was like, I'm not here to hurt you. Why are you so aggressive? So I just went and I got therapy and they told me I was familiar with my surroundings. So I got into a relationship. He was my first everything. And when I was 19 and he was 24. So he was a little older. He experienced probably life. And it started with me just speaking my mind and he didn't like it. Like he didn't like me speaking my mind about things because I used to find him cheating a lot. All the time. He cheated all the time. It's not a time he didn't cheat. So I used to find numbers and
cheater.
Oh, a bad cheater. I'm like, people used to tell, you know, how your friends tell you, like, you don't see the signs. And I'm like, no, I'm in love. I mean, you know, I did not see the signs. So I got with him when I was 19. Around 21 is when he started being abusive. So it was like a cool relationship, and I was all in love, and it was my first love. And I found a number in his phone. First thing, I found the number in his phone, called the girl. The girl told me everything. So, you know, I went and I confronted him, and it was just a big old blowout. And he was living in my mom's house because he had nowhere to go. That's the first mistake. Let's get there. First mistake is letting the man live with you. That's my mom. My mom and my dad just felt sorry for him. He lost his job. He couldn't live with his friend no more. He didn't have no place to stay. So that was the first mistake, letting him move in. I'm sorry. Right. First mistake. It was, yep. It was the first mistake. So when he moved in, he started being controlling. Where are you going? What you doing? You can't do this. You can't do that. And when I found the girl number in my phone and I talked to her, she told me everything. And he socked me for getting the girl number. When the girl told me everything and I confronted him, he socked me dead in my eye and said, "Don't go to my phone."
Wow.
So after that, I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that was like natural, if that normal. And the reason why I thought it was normal because my mom and my dad did that a lot. They argue, they fight, they fist fight, like they were abusive. So I seen it so much that I started thinking like him yelling at me, him grabbing me, him choking me, he pushing me and doing little things and me catching girls. I mean, I walked up with my mom and it was girls with my dad all the time when I was younger. So this stuff I was so familiar with that I thought was like, okay, we'll get past it. We in a relationship. I just thought that's how relationships go, unfortunately. And he just one day blacked my eyes so bad to the point that I knew I had to go. He was so jealous. Like if I went to work and I got a new job, he gonna be at my job every day.
Hey, can I stop you right there? What did your parents say when they see you with a black eye? Did they respond to that?
I did it.
Huh?
So if he would black my eye, I would go with him and sleep at friends' houses because he was homeless. So I would go with him and sleep at other people's houses until my eye got better. And then I went back around. And then everybody be like, "Where y'all was at?" I'd be like, "Nowhere." And everybody underlined it knew something was going on, but didn't want to say it. You know, like one of those things. Like, you know how some of us will not want to say what's going on when you know something going on. And my mama came to me one day like, "Is he beating you up?" And I was like, "No." And she said, "Yes, he is. And stop playing with me. Don't let that man touch you no more." Right. And then one day, the final straw with my dad was he seen it.
Wow.
We were outside. I caught the girl. I almost had to fight with the girl. My dad was coming down the street and he fighting me in the street. Threw water on me, spit on me, all that, fighting me over this girl. Over this girl. Like, I've been with you for 5 years. This girl, you really tripping on me on. So to make story short, people called the police. So he ran away. My daddy came down the street because he seen it from coming up the street. So he walking towards him, trying to fight the dude. The police arrest me, arrest my dad, arrest the guy, arrest my ex. My ex get in the car and they tell my dad that he can't do nothing to walk away. My dad was going to get arrested to the point I said, "That's not even him. That's not even the guy. That's not even the guy." So my dad hated me after that. He was like, "You're sticking up for him. You're sticking up for him." He hated me. So, and then in that same zone, he crashed my dad's car. I stole my dad's car that night.
Wow.
Crashed my dad's car. The next day we was fighting about it. The next day I found out about the girl. A mess. It was a mess. And my daddy cannot be my friend no more. He gave up.
Yeah, and that's sad because a lot of times when you try to help that person, you know they're gonna go right back to that person to defend them. You know, and I see that all the time where, you know, they're in abusive relationships, and then let's just say someone jumps in or intervenes. They'll actually, like you just said, say, "No, you said no, that's not him." So what was going on in your mind that made you think like, okay, if I I should take up for him. Like he just beat you up. So what goes on in a female's mind? Because I'm
And you got another woman.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what
Okay,
goes on in your mind while you were in that dilemma or whatever you were going through? So what were in your mind when you try to help him out?
To be honest with you guys, when that happened, that actual thing happened, I had got an abortion the day before that.
Oh shoot!
Because he made me. He was saying, I don't want no kids. We don't need no kids. We don't have nothing. And he was homeless. I thought so too. But I was so scared of him.
Oh, okay.
I was scared of him, if that makes sense. I was scared of him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because when he came along, he acted as if he was like my protector, and he was just so loving. He willed me in, and I was just so in tune with him. So when he started fighting me all the time and fighting me over him cheating, I kind of took that as like he's protecting me from the girl. Sorry, he's protecting me from what somebody's gonna tell me, what somebody's gonna do wrong. So because I always listened to him. Because remember, I was 19. I listened to everything. Right. He was older. He knew stuff. He just acted as if he was this person. So in those 2 years, before he started putting his hands on me, I just was so, I guess, in love that I didn't recognize the signs of control, the signs of abuse mentally. He used to mentally tell me things like, you can't do that. Don't do that. You're not going to make it doing that. He used to be like that. And I was always a go-getter. So people would recognize that and say, you don't see he be keeping you from your friends. He be keeping you in your family. He never wanted me to have fun. He never wanted me to do stuff.
So, what you just said there, you said that he was your protector. Now, your relationship between your father, how was that? Was that a great relationship or not?
No, because my dad used to abuse my mom.
Okay.
So me and my sisters, I have 2 other sisters, we were always scared of him.
Oh.
So his cousin, which we called uncle, you know how people be your uncles, your cousins, the same ages and all that. His cousin was killed, and it changed my dad's life. I was in 6th grade, he got killed, and my dad turned his life around. He got into church, he got into the Bible. He just came to us and apologized for everything he's ever done. He got baptized. So he was a total different person. So at this time, now that my dad is this person, we don't know. Now nobody has accepted him for who he's changed to be. We're still thinking of him as mean and the monster and always fight my mom. And remember, they were 14 and 15 when they had me. So at the age that I'm doing this, it's like 16 or 17, they're 18, they're growing up. We're growing up seeing these things that they were young. They didn't know no better.
Yeah.
So I don't fault my dad or whatever, but we didn't get that relationship until high school. That I started loving my dad and like respecting what he said and listening to what he said. So when I got in this relationship and he showed me, he was like, this is who I was. You're being who I was. I just thought he was didn't want me to be in a relationship.
Okay.
But you know what? That's a good point. We marry our dads.
We do.
As women, sometimes we marry our dads, and wow.
Yeah. I literally married my dad. Like the same person. And me and my dad talk about it all the time. He's always like that. He's like, I feel so bad you went through that because you've seen it. And when my therapist told me that you're familiar with these relationships and that's why you keep getting abusive situations.
It's normal. That's how you grow up. That's how you grow up.
Yeah.
So I didn't know no better. And then when I got in a healthy relationship, he had to tell me, chill, what's wrong with you? So I had to learn myself all over again.
Yeah. You don't know what you don't know. And like I said, you make yourself familiar with what you're familiar with, because it's easy. You know what I mean? And again, I knew that probably had to be the point where, because a lot of women, they get in these abusive relationships because they're looking for that father figure or that person that, is going to be their protector. And a lot of times you're not getting it if the father showed them what a real protector is and how to be, it's how a woman's supposed to be treated. I think you women would avoid a lot of those different relationships if you had.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So
it becomes the norm. It's the norm. Yeah, that's all you knew.
Yeah, exactly.
And a therapist told me one thing. She said, "You're gonna keep hitting familiar places until you realize your worth."
Right. Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Do you know your worth?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I love myself. You know how you do that." And she was like, "No, but do you know who you are? Do you know what you contribute to this world? Do you know what you represent? Do you know how beautiful you are? Do people tell you you're beautiful?" And I was in my head like, "Girl, why is she doing all?" As our culture is like, okay, they're doing too much. Why is she? But it really matters. And I think my mental health got better when I started dealing with this therapist. She was a white lady too. She started showing me, "Girl, you better than that. You don't know how beautiful you are. Oh, I'm gonna show you."
Wait a minute, go back. How did you decide to get into therapy?
Well, the new relationship, he's an ex now. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I was in this relationship for 4 years. It just ended like 3 months ago. And when I first got with him, he was really respectful, and honest, and just a cool guy. He took me on let me tell you something. In all these years of 35 years, this was the first guy that took me on a real date. Not we chilling. He took me on an actual date. He took me not just for drinks. He took me to like a museum, like a ice cream museum. We tried to get an ice cream museum. We couldn't make it in there. So we went bowling. He was just different. And he told me that I was aggressive. He said, "I'm angry." He was like, "Why are you so angry? Why are you so aggressive?"
They say that a lot about Black women. You know, that's kind of like, my son said, "Mommy, why Black women so mean?" It's like,
he told me that. He was like, "You're so aggressive, and why is it this?" Like he said, I did everything with the why you do that, the intentions of what you doing that behind that. Like, why are you always doing something for me? He was like, "Just let me be. Let's be. You don't got to be the man in the situation. You could be the woman. It's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?" So that's why I got into it. I said, I need to go and see what's wrong. And then I softened up a little bit. I softened up.
But that's great though, because you recognize that you had a problem. That's the only way you get these things resolved. You got to know that you have a problem first. And it's great that you took that advice from him. And it's sad, but yeah, you got a guy you've been dealing with, a bum. Really, he's a bum. He has nothing. He has no place to live and all that. Not saying that he might have had different circumstances throughout his life, but after a while of just still living the same way over year after year after year, then you have to say, well, this is what he wants. So he's
still like that, y'all.
Isn't that crazy? So
I see him. I'm like, he's still living off women. He's still doing the same thing. It's like, because LA is so small, you're gonna see these people. I'm not scared of him no more, though. I was scared of him for years. But no, I just look like I left that situation.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But look, we got a lot of comments, so I want to those. I don't want them to think
I was waiting for them comments.
Yeah, they're ignoring them. I don't want to think I'm ignoring them. So we got Izzy Meditates. What's up, fam? She says, "Good afternoon. What's going on, Izzy? Thanks for tuning in." We got Amanda Carter says, "Hey, Chuck, what's going on, Amanda? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, Amanda. Appreciate you." Got my man Tyrone Ricks. The 10 of Life is tuned in.
Tyrone.
They're always tuned in. The 10 of Life. He's always tuned in. Appreciate you, brother. We got Juanita Barnes says, "Hey, Chuck, what's going on, Juanita? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you." Tyrone Hicks says, "Good afternoon, Janine Joy's sister, Janine, and big homie Charles Brakely. What's going on, Ty? Thanks for tuning in." And he says, "The wrong love will have you do things and put up with things that you wouldn't normally put up with. Remember this, sister. Love isn't supposed to hurt." Exactly, Ty. We got to tell them love does not hurt. And if it does hurt, something's wrong with you. It's crazy. That's what you're going to pray. You're going to be crazy, not love. So, and he also says, "Good afternoon." We got people that we got family that talks to people too. So he's talking to Izzy right now. He says, "Good afternoon." So you know what I'm saying? That's the type of relationship we got here. My man, William Dickinson, he says, "Most men love aggressive women."
They like aggressive women, but soft women too. We don't got to
Well, I don't know, but I don't mind aggressive to a certain degree, but some women are overly aggressive too. Just like some men are overly aggressive, depending on it. Got to be a
balance,
in between, a balance, right? Of all that. I don't like aggressive, real aggressive.
You want us to be soft?
Not soft, but I want you to understand. Like I'm going to listen to you. We're going to listen to each other, but we have to know. You have to know your boundaries as well as I have to know mine. That's all. If you're aggressive, sometimes you overstep your boundaries.
But I think with Genine, it was not aggressiveness, like aggressive, but it's like, well, why are you treating me so good?
Yeah,
well, why are you opening the door for me?
Right.
What you want?
Yeah.
What you want? It's something you want.
That's what I'm saying. I'm over the aggressive.
Yeah, it's like because you never had that before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta disagree with you on this one, Juanita. She says when you're young, love make you do crazy things. You don't think because love take over. Love doesn't take over. Crazy takes over. Love is love. You know what I mean? So if you're out there doing crazy things, they ain't have nothing to do with love. It's something
and a little bit of lust.
Hey, maybe that too. But
definitely love and the lust.
Right. At the end of the day, love. So, but thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your comments, though. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think that what I've learned the most from that past relationship, that abusive thing was, you gotta love yourself first. Like, how can you love other people, and even not even just relationships with your friends, your family?
Right.
You love yourself. How can you communicate in this world with other people? How can you love people genuinely if you don't love yourself like that?
Right.
Like, being in that situation showed me I wasn't loving myself enough to know what I was worth, like what I was in. Like, and then I didn't have guidance either. So when you get up and you get in this world and you learn these things, you learn as you go. Like I always say, my experience is going to teach me, or it's going to be a lesson from it. And definitely both of them.
Right, exactly. Yep.
But I think you're right in terms of, we have to set boundaries. And I'm learning a lot from Naeem. He has a class on toxic relationships. But we don't know how to communicate. Well, I'm going to say I don't know how to communicate effectively, especially with conflict. And once I set my boundaries, hey, if you cross my boundaries, shame on me, because I'm allowing you to do this. We have to take responsibility. Right. And I'm learning this from Naeem, Chuck, that we allow people to do the things they do to us. So, as like you said, loving yourself and what was the word you said? Know your worth. Well, I'm not worth you talking to me like that, and I've told you to stop. So if you continue, we won't be talking. I'm gonna block you.
Yes, definitely.
I'm gonna block you, or I'm not gonna talk to you. So, but we have to have. To me, I was never taught that. I was just, I don't know. Maybe my mother didn't know, but now I'm older and I'm learning all these things, how to communicate. How to tell you no, I'm not doing that without cussing you out, and all these things.
Right,
but it's new to me, and it's like I'm learning, and the more I learn, I want to learn more. To be that person. I just want to you know what, Chuck, this is a good conversation, but I gotta go.
That's
I don't know. You don't have to use a whole lot.
You are in control of your happiness. You have
exactly.
You don't have to settle for nothing. Like, I left my ex-dude just now, the one that was really good to me that y'all just learned about, because he didn't want kids. He did not want to get married. He didn't want to do that. And I knew that for 2 years, and I stayed with him.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, I know what I want. I don't want
kids.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to get sick of getting sick and tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Naeem Najib. If you could catch us on Wednesday nights here on Feel Good Talk.
Wednesdays, you gotta come.
7 p.m. is love, Feel Good Talk Love 101. We talk about the universal principles of love. So basically, love is either love or it's not love. It ain't got nothing to do with
love or fear. That's what I love or fear, and it's real. And if it's not love, it's fear.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's powerful because it's true.
It's powerful.
Yeah,
it's
you might want to tune in every once in a while.
I love to listen in. I need to see that. I need to hear that.
Yeah. Good, bro. That's my man. So that's very true. Like, we have to get out of this, especially us as Black people. We have to get out of this dumb stuff. Going crazy, busting out his windows. That's not love. You don't love him. He punching on you. He don't love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to get out of the relationship. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And if he's hitting you because that's fear. He don't want to lose his place to stay. Exactly. He don't want to lose his roof over his head.
And then you got to look at, you got to take accountability for the stuff you being in that relationship. Like, I don't want people to think I never did anything to him. I did do some stuff to him too. Not like him, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did some things too, and I got to take accountability. Like, you stayed in that relationship. You knew what that relationship was.
Exactly.
I learned.
But now you know. Now you know, and you're gonna do better. Yes. That's all we can do is learn from the past. So, yes. Yeah.
Hey, Juanita says, self-love is best love. Yes, it is. Thanks for that.
Yes, Juanita.
And then we got my man Tyrone. He says some women have been deeply hurt by men and tend to carry emotion to their new relationships. Not on purpose, I don't think.
Definitely.
Yeah,
but men do too. Men do too.
Yeah, they do too.
I'm not trying to be like, oh, men do too, but we all do.
Because we're human.
We even carry our childhood traumas. We carry our childhood traumas. We carry our relationship traumas, and we'll get with this person that's supposed to be the person for you, and you ain't gonna be able to see it because you got all this soul in that it's just like frustrating to get out. So everybody
he says true and he says both as well. So y'all both on the same page. Yeah. Thanks for that, Ty. I appreciate you. Ty. But man, I'm telling you, thanks for being transparent too, because a lot of people didn't have to come up and you didn't have to say say what you said.
I know I was scared to say the abortion part, but it's true.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you if you had any children with him. I was just thinking that, and then you said
I said that because I just had to be honest with you. And then he got me pregnant again, and I was like, I'm not having that man, baby. And I left. I finally left. My real reason why I left is because we weren't together one day, and he got so mad because I wasn't answering his phone calls, and I was just trying to be done. This is me being done. Like, I'm done with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. He came to my house and knocked the mirrors off my car.
Wow.
See, so that's fear.
Crazy. That's so I ain't even gonna call you. He wanted to get a reaction.
Yeah.
And I didn't give him one. I said, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
It only take a little part. When you fully done, it's only take on little something.
A little bit more. Yup, that's it. And Ty also says generational curses.
Yeah.
And he says, let's break the chain.
True.
Yeah.
But
I love you guys and thank you guys. This was
thank you. Yeah, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you.
This is amazing.
Like I said, especially being so transparent. We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't even have to get out my tissues.
Yeah. See, she's something else, boy. I tell you.
I'm a crybaby too. Let me tell you, I done cried on my show so many times. People looking like, it'd be emotional, but I'm glad I was able to speak to you guys without a tear in my eye.
That's power.
It is power, and that's great. That means you're taking control over everything, your emotions and everything. Because that story right now, it helped you who you are, but it doesn't have anything with you. I mean, it helped you who you are, but you're able to put that back on the back burner and still be able to talk about it without getting emotional. So that's a sign of you're cured. You're
healed.
Healed.
Healing.
Yeah. Stop me, Jamila. Sometimes I mess up talking and using the wrong word.
Healing, no.
And healing is so important.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Cured, healed.
Cured, healed. Yeah, but healed was a better word to use. Hey, we're gonna take a break right quick. We got to pay bills, so we got to pay tribute to the sponsor, which is the A Games, about 30 seconds, and we'll come right back. And that is the A game, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And this is for men only. Men only. Hopefully, we have something in the future for the women. But I have 3 free samples left. So if you give me a call at 302-723-2836, I'll give you a free sample. Again, 302-723-2836 to get your free sample of the A game. So that's it. The A game. Check it out.
Hey, Genine, how do you feel that your past abusiveness interacts with your podcast?
It allows me to what allows me, like you said, to be transparent to people, because men especially, because I think I built up a fear of men for a long time. Like, that fear, like, what is he here for? Like I went through when I finally met somebody that wasn't here for nothing, but to get to know me. But I was able to be transparent with everyone, not just all the women. Cause at first I came on like, it's for the women. When I got into it, I was like, dang, it's for the men and the women. We all need to hear this. I'm not here just for the women. I'm here for the men too. I was able to let men speak their heart from their feelings and don't be judgmental of it. Because sometimes men will come on there and say, this is why I act like this with this woman. She treated me like this. She downplayed me. She this. And I know how it feels to be speak to aggressively and mean and trying to make your self-esteem feel some way. So I got a perspective on how men do it and the reason why they do it. And I got a perspective on, because women do it too. We'll be mean to men. We'll tell men he ain't nothing. You ain't got nothing. You ain't gonna be nothing. Your mama ain't nothing. That hurts them too. And I didn't even know that hurt them that much. I was like, that hurts y'all? They like, yeah. I'm like, really? I thought that's just something that people do. Women do that sometimes. They're just mad and just cuss you out like men. Like, and we'll be looking at them like, I think we have a power now. I think women have this power where we're trying to be stronger and we're speaking more. And I want men to have that too. I want men to be able to. So now I feel like I'm just transparent. And I feel like men and women, I can listen without being judgmental.
I have a friend and we were just sitting talking, one of my photographers, and he was and I was laughing. And I feel bad now, but he was telling me how his ex-wife used to beat him up. And he would not hit her back because he didn't want to go to jail. And this man is 6 feet, 2, 3, 4. And it's like, she did what? Yeah, she ran me down in the car and we was on the freeway,
That's crazy.
Like, huh? Yeah, she would hit me and I didn't hit her back because I didn't want to go to jail. I'm gonna try to get him on.
So are they
but I think men go through it too. Yeah, they go through it too.
They've been trying to tell us for years we ain't listening.
But I was laughing when I said, "You're kidding me." I was literally laughing because I couldn't believe it. This big man and this woman whooping his butt, and giving him, just torturing him basically. Yeah. Until he just walked away.
Oh, he did leave her alone. Eventually, he did leave her alone. Great.
Yeah, that was his wife. They were married.
Well, he needed to leave her alone. First of all, I think a lot of times, women, I mean, even though they got that power, a lot of times the men feel challenged as far as their manhood is concerned. I mean, let's be honest. We're the men, you know what I mean? So we're supposed to be the strongest. We're supposed to, but then when you have that person coming at you that you're supposed to, be in this thing together, and she's, degrading you, like you said, he's nothing, he's punching him. To me, if you're going to punch somebody, be expected to get punched back, because that's not cool, even though, it's not cool to hit a woman, but it's also not cool for a woman to hit a man.
Exactly.
So, you can't continue to think that, okay, one day, I can hit this man because he's strong, much stronger than me, much bigger than me, so I can continue to hit him. He should be fine. But don't expect him to hit you back, because he might just forget, or he might just had enough and it might have built up. And then
I
when he
agree.
punch you, then you sit around and talk about, oh, he hit me. Well, you've been hitting him for years, and he just
that's true.
And I agree totally with you, Chuck, because I got to a point, I felt like he took my innocence away from me when I was in an abusive relationship because I was so nice and I was so, and then when I got with him, I had to be rough. Right. And then it got to a point where I would hit him sometime, like because you got me to a point where I'm thinking this is what we do. That makes
the norm.
Now we're abusing each other because he kind of opened that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to do. So when I started getting that mentality, I started being real mean. Like, I'm going to hit you. I'm going out. I don't care. I'll come back when I feel like it. And I just go out with my friends every day and say, I'm going to get in trouble when I get home. I don't care. And we'll have a big old blowout till like 8 a.m. till I got to go to work. So I was abusive in that too towards the end because I felt like that was our relationship and I had to like protect myself in some way of being like that. I don't know why, but
yeah. Well, you got the therapy now, so that's great. And another thing too is also with the mouth too, like the certain things, it's buttons to push.
Yeah,
man. And a lot of times women, especially the over aggressive women, they will definitely push those buttons to get a response from that guy. And a lot of times it's not the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? If you know that she don't like certain things, then or she, vice versa, then just don't do it. Why do you do it? Why do you push those buttons? What are you trying to find out? What are you trying to see? Do you want him to hit you? Do you want him or her to hit you? Do you want, I don't know. Like, that's what I need to ask some people. Like, what does that do for you when you try to push these buttons? You just start over talking and acting crazy, acting like you don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, what response are you thinking?
It's the dance. It becomes the norm, you know, and you want, I speak for myself, right? You feel hurt. You want to give that hurt back out. So you know what to say.
Right. Well, even if it's not a hurt, let's just say a regular comment or something. You ask the question and they come back aggressively for no reason. You're like, what the, what's going on? So it's that's what I'm talking about.
It's still that fear.
Going back and forth with each other. That's different. I'm talking about just sometimes
regular conversation.
But I'm gonna get you wherever I can get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you back.
Well, I think that
you better not go to sleep. That's what I used to tell my husband. You hit me, don't go to sleep. Because you're not waking up, and if you wake up, I'm gonna send your body home to your mama.
Oh my God, these are the words.
I'm gonna get you back though. When you least expect it, right? That's it.
No, but let's just say a regular. No, I'm not saying that. Let's just
talking about a regular conversation.
No, but I'm not saying.
Don't forget.
No, I'm not saying.
I know what you said 2 weeks ago.
No.
Okay.
All
right. Okay.
That's true, Miss Jamila.
This is what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, just like you ask a question or something, and it is like a real nasty response that comes back. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm telling you.
But let's just say you haven't been arguing. I'm just saying in general.
Sometimes it don't be you
2 years ago.
It don't be when people be like that. Right. It don't necessarily like I can have a bad day mentally in my mind, overthinking. Women overthink. But anyway, I'm trying to not do that. Right. But sometimes I overthink, and somebody can say something to me, and I'm like, "What?" And they be like, "What did I do?" I'll be like, "Oh, it's in my. I'm somewhere else." So don't necessarily.
But at least you acknowledge it. You don't sit there and try to defend what you said, even though you know it was wrong, and just say,
I'm still gonna defend what I said though, but I'm just gonna tell you later that I was wrong.
Later.
I'm gonna get you back. It's like you're right here today, and there's a woman. I've heard that a lot. I'm going back to 2 years ago. What you said about my dress and my booty too big or something. But that's how women think. I'm gonna get you back. I'm never going to forget you.
We plotting, Jamila. We plotting.
Mm-hmm.
Look, because we'll be like this. Next time you say this, we'll be like this. Oh, the next time you say this, I'm gonna say this because
exactly
with that last time, I'm gonna bring up this from 1992. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to say it. Ball drop, mic drop. He can't say nothing about this. Got weird.
Wow.
So
that's how we think. Yeah.
I don't. I just asked. Okay, well, I'm just saying. All right. Well,
we have post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Hey,
it might not even been you. It could have been a man from 10 years ago.
Definitely.
I was just asking. I'm just asking, not per se. I've seen conversations where like certain people say something. I'm like, Dad, why did she say that? Or he say like, he acting like, whatever. Yeah. So I'm just asking. But anyway, it wasn't a direct question. Right?
Wow. Well, we're gonna wind up. It's been a great conversation, Genine. We gonna give you the last word.
Last word. Believe in yourself. Believe in your journey. Your experiences are here to teach you. It's either experience or a lesson. Take it for what it is. Your past does not define you. You are who you are, and keep growing and keep shining. And I love everybody in these comments. Everybody, you guys.
Awesome. Yes. Great interview. I had a great time with you today.
Me too.
Great conversations, regular conversation, and it was good. So you know what, though, Jamila, I do have to tell everybody where they can find us, though. They can find us on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Also on Instagram at Phil.GoodTalk. You can email us at feelgoodtalk113@gmail.com. Also want to show everybody, give an idea. Well, there are a lot of people know already, but just wanted to let you know about our live shows we have. We have Feel Good Talk Love 101. That's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. with my man Naeem Najib, talking about the universal principles of love. So definitely check that out. We have Let's Talk About on Thursdays at 7 p.m. with Kendra Moore and Izzy Meditates. We have Williams World on Fridays at 6 p.m. Right here. Check him out. Always great topics on there as well. We also have today Jamila J's Girl Talk Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we have Give Me Some Sugar, Bacon with Steven on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. He's coming away from Arizona. But again, like I said, he's on vacation until the fall. And I forgot to mention, Jamila J's Girl Talk is coming straight out of California. So definitely check her out on the West Coast. And we have shows. We have Mindfulness Mondays with Izzy Meditates Monday at 9 a.m. Words from the Heart with Shayna Gordine Tuesdays at 9 a.m. More Life with Essential Oils on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. And Cassandra's Corner, this is for the young kids out there, at 10 a.m. right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. So again, I had to end that with that. But, I guess, Jamila, you could take us out,
All right. So, Genine, Miss Genine, you certainly enlightened us. You've educated us, and we were entertained. Mm-hmm. We appreciate you taking this time to, have a great conversation with us. Can you tell people where they can find you and your podcast and your social media links?
Okay, you can find me at you can actually find me on Facebook at Genine Alexander, my government name. But on Instagram __ GVIBEZ, GVIBEZ. All streaming platforms, just look under GVIBEZ. I'm on all streaming platforms right now. Go to the very first episode and you'll love them all. 92 episodes, we almost at 100. So right. I appreciate you guys. Just look _ GVIBEZ on Instagram, and it goes straight to my links. You'll find me everywhere.
All right. Thank you so much for coming, spending this time with us. Mm-hmm. So, you're part of the Feel Good family, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Mm-hmm. So we have to initiate you. So when so this is what we do. So I'm gonna count to 3, and we're gonna say peace. Okay, that's what initiate. But you're part of the family. We ain't gonna jump you in. We gonna push you in.
Okay. I'm ready.
Ready? Yeah. All right. Ready, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Peace.
Peace.